Welcome to What India News Are, transforming business processes with redesigned operational processes and RPA. The digital transformation, that is DX race, has led organizations to find ways to leapfrog their competitors, and robotic process automation is the most sought first step taken by CIOs worldwide. Digital labor such as RPA can help organizations in their DX journey by enhancing the ease of deployment and the speed and agility it confers on the enterprise while bringing immediate positive impact on ROI, cost savings and a near perfect compliance rate. The impact of RPA on a company's operations and the competitive positioning is significant on several fronts, that is economic value, workforce advantages, quality and control improvements and flexible execution. RPA is used to automate redundant, mundane and time-consuming processes. These can include various tasks depending on the industry. Through its automation capabilities, RPA allows organizations to tackle operational challenges such as executing large amounts of back-end processes. RPA allows disparate business units within an organization to customize solutions which rapidly digitize tasks, delivering significant and sustainable value in short time frames while reducing overall risks. Project owners can automate and deliver repetitive tasks by building any and deploying intelligent operations at the business unit level. RPA helps organizations achieve efficiency while maintaining flexibility. RPA is most sought for in processes such as accounting and finance, HR and claims processing. Not just automation, but RPA helps organizations with an opportunity to rethink their operational ecosystem and redesign it end-to-end to enhance its productivity. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. New law to regulate digital content and social media in India. After the cabinet has stamped the new rules to regulate digital content and establish what it called a soft-touch progressive institutional mechanism with level playing field featuring a code of ethics and a three-tier grievance redressal framework for news sites and OTT platforms. The government will designate an officer of the rank of a joint secretary or above as the authorized officer who can direct blocking of content. The rules include a strict oversight mechanism involving several ministries and a code of ethics that bans content affecting the sovereignty and integrity of India and that which threatens national security. Google to compensate newspapers for using their content, says INS. The Indian Newspaper Society, that is INS, has asked Google to compensate Indian newspapers for using their content and to share 85% of ad revenue. Since the content has been generated by newspapers and publications which employ thousands of journalists on the ground at considerable expense for gathering and verifying information, INS said, this comes after Australia passed law to make tech firms pay for news. Over the past year, publishers across the world have been raising the issue of fair payment for content and of proper sharing of advertising revenue with Google. It is also noted that Google has recently agreed to better compensate and pay publishers in France, the European Union and now in Australia. Facebook and Netflix to face fresh scrutiny as India announces new laws. We are moving towards a world where social media will be regulated in some form or the other. The new rules will require the likes of Facebook Inc. and Twitter Inc. to take down unlawful content quicker, Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said in an online briefing. The rules take effect immediately through social media providers will get 3 months before they need to start complying. The rules require social media companies to appoint a chief compliance officer, a grievance officer and a nodal officer, all residents in India, and publish monthly compliance reports. They will be required to resolve user grievances within 15 days. Salesforce revenue up 20% from last year. Salesforce reported 20% year-over-year revenue growth in the fourth quarter of the company's 2021 fiscal year, which ended on January 31st. While the revenue guidance for the full 2022 fiscal year surpassed estimates, earnings guidance was soft. In the fiscal fourth quarter, Salesforce generated $1.36 billion in subscription and support revenue from its key Sales Cloud product for tracking sales leads, translating into roughly 11% annualized growth compared with 12% in the prior quarter. At the same time, Salesforce shares have risen 4% since the beginning of 2021, whereas the S&P 500 index is up about 2%. Reliance Jio to invest $950 million in building data center in Uttar Pradesh. Reliance Jio is planning to set up a data center with an investment of about $950 million. They have also identified the space of 20 acres in Uttar Pradesh. This data center is expected to be powered by renewable energy plants. The center will consist of 6 interconnected data center buildings offering 30,000 racks capacity and 200 megawatts of power. It is expected to generate thousands of job opportunities in the IT sector. India faced second highest in the cyber attacks in APAC region in 2020, says IBM. India was the second only to Japan in Asia Pacific in terms of the number of cyber attacks that it faced in 2020. Further, it made up 7% of all attacks in the region. Finance and insurance was the top attacked industry in India, followed by manufacturing and professional services according to the 2021 X-Force Threat Intelligence Index released by IBM Security. Ransomware was the top attack type, making up roughly 40% of attacks. In addition, digital currency mining and server access attacks hit Indian companies last year. Adani Group is geared to invest Rs 2,500 crores in a data center in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Adani Enterprises has shown interest to set up a data center in Noida with an investment of Rs 2,500 crores. Adani Enterprises, along with EdgeConneX, a leading global data center operator with 50 facilities in 30 markets around the world, has recently announced the establishment of a 50-50 joint venture. Adani Group is planning to construct a community of hyperscale data facilities in India, beginning with Chennai, Navi Mumbai, Noida, Vizag and Hyderabad markets. Development and building at these websites have already begun. Adani Group has submitted an application for a 9-acre land in Sector 80, Noida, to set up a data center. Poor network experience has forced the users to leave Jio and join Airtel as per OpenSignal. Airtel is gaining its market share. At the same time, Jio is losing customers owing to poor network experience, a report says. According to global mobile analytics company OpenSignal, data shows that until August 2020, Airtel and Jio had been steadily gaining smartphone users, and in this period, both operators were neck to neck in the net users gained. From September onwards, when carriers once again decided to hike prices, Airtel continued to gain users until the end of the year. However, that trend on Jio's network more or less flattened and then gradually started to decline. The negative trend was more pronounced from mid-November onwards. More than 6,700 VMware servers exposed and vulnerable to bugs. Cybersecurity researchers have discovered that over 6,700 servers of enterprise software major VMware are currently exposed online, are connected to the internet and vulnerable to new bugs by hackers. The exposed servers can let hackers slip malware into unpatched devices and take over companies' entire networks. We have detected mass scanning activity targeting vulnerable VMware vCenter servers, threat intelligence firm Bad Packets said in a tweet. This vulnerability impacts vSphere Client HTML5, a plugin of VMware vCenter, a type of server usually deployed inside large enterprise networks. WhatsApp's introduction of voice and video calls to bring newer risks. Facebook-owned messaging app WhatsApp is working on adding a new feature for WhatsApp web users, following them to place voice and video calls right from their computer, improving video calling experience. The two services saw a boom in users during the COVID-19 pandemic due to more people working from home and using video conferencing to connect with the outside world. At the same time, the number of WhatsApp calls making waves on the internet. Summing up, as organizations are adapting to the new normal and exploring new ways to drive growth, a report says by 2024, organizations will lower operational costs by 30% by combining hyper-automation technologies with redesigned operational processes. Forrester forecasts a $2.9 billion RPA software market in 2021. An RPA software bot replicates the way a human would interact with an application or system and then automates that task. The objective of initiating digital transformation with RPA could vary from cost optimization to replacing labor with machines. RPA also enables consistency and compliance in the business. It is true that RPA helps organizations to enhance efficiency, accuracy, and productivity. Several organizations generate the most value from RPA deployments when integrated with other digital technologies such as AI, machine learning, smart workflow tools, and digital assistants to drive end-to-end digital transformation. Finally, the increase in efficiency and productivity provided by RPA is allowing the emphasis to be moved from tedious back-office tasks to processes that facilitate better business value and customer engagement. RPA is certainly an important avenue through which digital transformation can be achieved by any organization. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VAR India News Magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store for latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.